What is up, everyone? Bo here from BZ Hub, bringing you another video. And I have to say, this isn't really another video because these closer look videos, I came up with this idea back when I first started my channel, and I thought it was going to be so cool. Here I was going to go out into my great state of Kansas and show you some of the animals that are in the game live on camera. And you know, it sounded really good in my head, and when I posted it in April of 2019, I thought, yes, those people who don't have turkeys in their country are going to love this. And yet, what I was met with was a ton of people upset that I made a video that looked like they were bringing turkeys to the Hunter Call of the Wild, and yeah, just upset a lot of people. But luckily, now that turkeys are being brought to the Hunter Call of the Wild, I feel like it's okay to bring this up again, and I'm hoping that you know, maybe the quality is a little bit better this time around, but I doubt it. Unfortunately, the film was lost and I don't have it anymore, but yeah, I'm using the old video and of course moi here, and I hope you enjoy. So take a look at some real life Rio Grande turkeys in the great state of Kansas, and tell me what you think.
Alright, so it is just past, just 5:50 actually, so it's pretty early in Kansas, and we are making our way out into the country to find these turkeys, so let's see how long it takes. I hope the sun doesn't come up. Okay, we finally made it. It is just past like 6:10, I think. And so sunrise is at 6:47 or something like that. So we've got time, which is good because we need to get out there and set up these decoys and find a good place to do all of that. So yeah, good timing, I guess. But I gotta stop talking. See you out there. So we've already reached our first problem, where I was planning to set up. There's deer out here feeding. I don't really know what to do. We're just gonna kind of walk out there and hope that the turkeys don't listen to them at all. See how far we can get. Okay, so we're finally set up out here. I've got 2 blow-up decoys, and because I'm cheap, and they've worked before, so I'm not too worried about it. The roosters are telling me I'm a little late to this, and I can hear them gobbling off in some trees. So we'll just kind of wait here and see if they come. I'm kind of got a weird setup, so I'm not used to shooting with a camera. I've got to have it out in the open, you know. You can kind of hide a gun or something like that until you need it, but the camera has to be out and sitting level. It's kind of a little more difficult, so we'll just see how it goes. Okay, so I can actually see the turkeys now. As you can see the farmhouse behind me, like I'm not far from it. And they're just about where the guy told me they would be, about 3/4 way down. But with them gobbling this morning, I just didn't want to risk trying to get any closer. And I mean, those deer this morning were pretty much in the same location. So they have great eyesight, they have great hearing. I'm trying to stay quiet, but I gotta talk loud enough for the audio to pick me up talking. But they are just kind of out there in the field, and I'm hoping if I just keep on calling here in half an hour, they'll kind of mosey their way down. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know. If anything, I'll get up and start kind of creeping towards them and see what I can do. But usually if I do that, I end up walking past them and they make their way down to my decoys, and I should have just stayed there the whole time. Okay, so you can see, I'll turn my camera around. Those are the hay bales that the guy told me about. He said they were a little farther ways down, but it was so dark I couldn't see them. So right now now I'm walking on a deer trail. And this deer trail leads pretty much straight back to the house, which is good to know in case I want to come back tomorrow. But I've got the hay bales in between me and the turkeys, and so I'm going to try to get up to the hay bales, but I'll try to take a few pictures, take a little bit of film, but make sure to get out of here without scaring them so I can come back tomorrow. Okay, so things I'd change for tomorrow. Sorry, I go under this tree. I have binoculars in my camera, so when I was hunting and doing a lot of hunting, I'd always wear my binoculars on my chest. Really easy to reach and use. But with the camera now, I don't have a long enough strap at the moment to hang it on my side. So I kind of have to hold it with one hand so that it isn't clanging against my binoculars the whole time. Hear my turkey call. So, now I know where the hay bale is I'm supposed to go to, so I can kind of make my way through these deer trails tomorrow morning and hopefully get a lot closer and put out my decoys. I will say that I don't keep all of my turkey hunting stuff at home, so when I come out here, I had to ask for it, and that took another 10-15 minutes that I could have used out here getting closer if I wanted to. So, was hoping I'd get lucky, but I mean, should have expected this just to happen, just random things that would occur. So, yeah, still fun though. Still good to be out here. I'm excited to come out tomorrow, so it'll be a good time. So what did I say? When I got back, they'd be at my decoys. And they were. Just one hen, though. So she's running off to be with all the toms. So not much to show. She's already kind of taken off, which isn't great. Now they really know that I'm here. And might hurt my chances tomorrow. They might decide to go to another field to avoid me, but hopefully not. We'll see.
So this is kind of the halfway point there. As you can tell, I was using my phone for most of the filming of my face, so the audio is not fantastic, but I tried to include subtitles in areas where it was hard to understand what I was saying, so hopefully you kind of have an understanding of what's going on. The turkeys were out in the field where they were supposed to be, where they wanted to eat in the morning and whatnot, and get warmed up by the sun and all that, and that is kind of their need zone. It's kind of like where they feed out in the mornings, and just like in the game, we have need zones, we have feeding need zones, and just like in real life, the turkeys roost up in a big old tree, and that would be their sleeping need zone. Whether there's a tree that they sleep in the game, I doubt it. I doubt they're going to go to that length of doing that. It would be really cool if they did, but just to give you a little bit more information about how they come down to the fields in the morning, the top of the pecking order, the big Tom that will decide everything, will have turkeys go out to multiple fields. You'll sometimes see this when you're sitting out on one field and you see maybe a Jake and a hen, or just like a hen just go out into a field, and you think, oh yeah, like I got the right spot. Then 15 minutes later, they're out of there, and you're just like, what in the world happened? Well, basically, they have little scouts go out to the fields in the mornings, and unless he's just made up his mind right on the spot, the scouts, you know, they'll kind of chatter back and forth. You'll hear them kind of chatting, you know, all that time, and then the top of the pecking order, the big Tom will decide which field to go into. And so this field happened to be the one that he wanted to go into in both days, so they must have just really liked that field, and they weren't having any hunting pressure because I was the only one that was allowed to hunt in that area, so they just kept on feeding that field. So that I've been seeing a lot of comments asking about need zones, and they don't think turkeys should be tied to need zones, and it's just, I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. The turkeys, they roost up in the same tree every single night. That's their sleep zone. I mean, that's just how it is. I've hunted the same group of turkeys for 14 14 years. They stay in the same big trees. And then they come down to the same fields every single year. And so in the fall, it's a little bit different when all the different flocks of turkeys group up into one giant flock of like 80 turkeys, and they kind of roam around to different areas trying to find food. But in the springtime, they just come right back to the same tree, same fields, everything. It's their need zones, guys. I mean, drinking need zones completely different. I would never go to a pond and wait for a turkey, but feeding and sleeping need zones, absolutely. So hopefully that gives you a little bit more information about the turkeys and their attitudes and the need zones tied to them and the importance that need zones play in the game. But let's actually see some turkeys now up close and personal. I'm excited. I hope you are too, and hopefully this isn't just a big rant to you. But here we go.
He's just going to town, and he won't stop. I've got this whole group of turkeys out here in this field, and this young Jake is just going to town on my decoys, and he just won't leave them alone. Another Jake actually came over and started attacking him, and so he kind of ran off with the group for like 30 seconds and then came back to these rest of the turkeys have kind of walked off into the forest. I'm not really sure why. Because they're just done feeding. But this Jake is still here. And I mean, we've been here for like an hour, and I don't want to move and scare him off, but I might have to because he will not give up on these decoys. But I mean, it's so cool to be this close to them, and just kind of watch them do their thing. It's kind of fun, just kind of seeing them do all this fun stuff. So let's get to all of my last videos and pictures, and I'll see you then. This Jake wants my decoys so bad. I'm just sitting here drinking coffee, and he won't move. I don't know what to do. I try to stick to the prime directive and not try to mess with them.